originally had another intro, but as I was watching the video, I looked atrocious. I looked so bad. I'm sorry, but so I'm gonna refilm it again. So as you can tell from the title already, I think I should wear my glasses. Yeah, got it. So I don't know if that's better, but I'm gonna be reading Twisted Love by Anna Huang. So yeah, this is the book, obviously. This is actually not mine, this is my friend Nandana's, and she loves the series. So I've never really read like any book talk, romance books till now. I have not read any book talk popular books till now, other than A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, which I read and I really enjoyed. But this is gonna be my next like that kind of read, and well, I'm excited. I have not read a lot of this. I mean, as I said, I'm refilming the intro, so I have already read a little bit of the book. I just filmed the intro in the morning because I was like, I really just wanted to start reading right away. Today is also World Book Day, and I just finished reading a book yesterday. I just got back into reading. I mean, I didn't have a major reading slump, but I had a little bit of a reading slump, so yeah. Anyways, I definitely got back into reading, and I was really excited to start this new book, and it will be my first time reading romance in a long time. I read one last year, I think, yeah, in like June or July. That was I Had a Love Story by Ravinder Singh, and it's an Indian romance, and I don't think those are really too good. They're obviously good ones, obviously, I'm not gonna generalize, but that book, it was very average, it was almost below average, and the other popular Indian romance author is Chetan Bhagat, who already has a really bad reputation even in India. So Indian romance are kind of off-putting for me, and from when I read I Too Had a Love Story, I didn't really like it. I didn't feel like, I don't know, I just didn't see any chemistry between the characters. It is a sad book though, and if you're somebody who usually likes romance, I think you might like it. Anyways, so I'm going to be reading Twisted Love. Yeah. So this is my prediction. This was my prediction for the series earlier, that I would love Twisted Love. I mean, I would love Twisted Games, which is the second book in the series, and Twisted Hate. Actually, I think they're the pictures here. Twisted Games and Twisted Hate. Twisted Hate is read. I thought I would hate that book, and I thought this one and Twisted Lies, which is the last book in the series, both of them I would have a neutral opinion on. Not really love it that much. I would not hate it. I would just like it maybe. Twisted Games is something that I think I like because there's no drama. Like this one is like, you know, like old millionaire bad boy. Like I don't like that trope. I just don't like it. I didn't think it would be like that. And the last book I know nothing of, to be honest. So this one follows Ava and Alex. Those are the characters. It's a Ruby Sunshine, 100% Ruby Sunshine, and every single like Wattpad trope imaginable, this book has it. So yeah, I don't know anything about the characters in the second one though, because so far in this book I've just heard her name being mentioned once, but that's it. You know, the female main character from the second book in the series, Twisted Games. Anyways, I'm gonna continue reading. Did we get a playlist? I think I've seen this before when I was looking at the book. Yeah, so I actually knew this already, but let's read. So I've just been like reading this for a little bit, and let me tell you this. This is a really easy book to read, even though I'm not like enjoying it that much. I think that's why people always read romance books when they're trying to read 20 books a month. I get it because I don't know. I'm just reading like a lot at a time. Because it's just so easy to digest. I mean, nothing's really going on. Not a lot, anyways. And one thing is that Twisted Hate is actually gonna be my favorite in the series. Well, maybe that and Twisted Games. I'm really sorry, like my opinion on it is completely changed. And right now I'm not very far into the book. I'm at chapter I think just chapter 4. Like I didn't even start chapter 4. So I'm not very far into the book, but I got both of their POVs, and let me just tell you, this book is gonna be a long read because I'm not really liking their chemistry or anything. I don't know. Like, I just don't like that trope, first of all, because it's like obviously Grumpy Sunshine, but even Grumpy Sunshine could be done better, I feel like. Just like she's just so innocent. This character is just so innocent than the other characters. Like, I don't even want to talk about it. But I just don't think I like it. But at the same time, Twisted Hate is definitely gonna be my favorite or my second favorite. At least that's what I'm predicting. Mainly because I thought that Jules was gonna be a very innocent character, but apparently she's not. And I really like that. You know, they're chemistry a lot more than these characters. Alright, you guys, I'm fresh out of the shower, as you can tell, and I'm gonna be reading again, just a little bit. I finished chapter 4, so again, it's still day 4, and I don't know why I couldn't film a video in the morning, so that's why I didn't post a video update. So sorry about that. But right now I'm at page 182 and exactly halfway through the book right here, and I really like it so far. Not really like it, but I like the book. It's really a lot better than I expected, as I already said, and I was able to read a lot, like really fast. So I guess the main smut is like over. There's definitely gonna be more, I think, but the main part that I was thinking of is over. And yeah, I think I'll try my best to read like as much as possible today. Probably like over 200 pages, like over the 200 page mark. Right now I'm at 182, and that means today I read about 60 pages, which is pretty good. That means I read for like just over an hour, because I typically read like one page in 1 minute, but it differs. So yeah. And now I am going to finish a couple more chapters before dinner, because I had some work to do on my project for school, but I actually finished my work for today, and I'll finish the project tomorrow because I don't have that much to do now. I just have to copy out everything, and so I'll have a lot of time to read. I want to finish this book today or tomorrow like morning, and I want to start Sapiens right away. So yeah, I hope I can do that. Now I'm just gonna read right now, just back from the shower, and yeah, I'm gonna read. Guys, I read a lot yesterday. This writing just looks terrible, but I apologize. I actually got to page 225, just literally 100 pages. I've never read 100 pages in a day for a long time. Yeah, so I read 100 pages yesterday. I plan to read 140 pages, so I could just finish the book right away. Yeah, I want to finish it today. Let's go. I want to read a bit at night as well, but it was really late, so I just really wanted to go to bed. That's what I did. Alright, you guys, so I just finished the book. Not right now, but right now it's like 6 o'clock. I think I finished it around 5:45. I started reading at 4:40 and I finished at 5:40, and I think I read like 40 pages or more than 40. I kept like rereading the words, that's why it took so much time. And yeah, I also read 100 pages, um, like from 11, I mean 12 o'clock to or almost 2 o'clock, because I took a lot of breaks in between and stuff, so that's why it took so long. But yeah, I finished the book. I read 120 pages today. Wait, 120? Yeah, I read 120 page. 140? That doesn't make sense. I actually read 140 pages today. Wait, no. Yeah, I read 80 pages in the morning, and then I read 40 in the evening. So I basically read 120 pages. Yesterday I read 100 pages, the day before that I read 75, so that's progress. But yeah. I also basically finished my big economics project. So I just have to do some little details that I will do tomorrow. And then the day after that I will get it binded, so, or bound, I think. Yeah, I'll get it bound, so it'll be good to go. So my work is basically over. I just have to study something now. But I think I'm way too distracted by reading. I'm so glad I got back into reading. Like, I forgot the times when I used to read like this. But I read a lot today. I think I read like over 2 hours, definitely, because I read 120 pages. And I read about 1 or 2 pages. I read about 1 page in 1 or 2 minutes. So yeah, it depends on the book. I think Twisted I definitely read like 1 page a minute, but I kept on rereading some of the words. And I still already have like Sapiens with me, because my dad has been pestering me to read it. And I will probably start it today, but I'm not planning to read too much today, because I just read like 120 pages, so that's a lot. So I will be eating noodles today, which is great. So I'll take a shower, then I'll eat noodles, and then after that I will talk about my thoughts about the book. Alright, so finally, I'm going to talk about what I thought about the book. Twisted Love. So I finished it earlier today. I just showered, that's why I look different. So yeah, let's get started right away. So this book, I did not have very high expectations going into it, because this is my first romance book, and the other time I read romance, it was a failure. And I see a lot of like book talk and booktube, booktubers who just read like only romance, and they read like 20 romance books in a month. And I was just thinking, like, how is this possible? I've never really liked romance in books or whatever, so due to personal reasons, I guess. But I didn't expect to like this book as much as I did. This is a pretty good book. Not like anything exceptional. It's a good book. And it's really great if what you want to do is pass time by reading it. So I actually thought that, like, after I was reading like a little bit of this book, I think like 30 pages or something like that, I was thinking, this is a bad decision, this is a mistake, because I didn't think this was a good choice. I thought that it was not a good book to start reading this genre with, because after like a couple of pages, the first day I only read like 30 or so pages, because it was not interesting. And also it had a very Wattpad-y feel to it, because the male main character, I did not like him, but by the end of the book, liked him a lot more, like as an actual person, as a character. But in the beginning it was just unbearable. Like, I don't know, the tropes in this book are also not my favorite, so I thought this was not the best book to start reading this genre with. Like, and I agree, it was not the best book, but it was not the worst either. It wasn't that bad of a pick to start reading this genre for me personally, because after I kind of started reading, I kind of liked the book as I kept on reading. And now I'll talk about the characters. So also there's going to be spoilers from now. So the main characters are Alex and Ava. I'll talk about Alex first. So Alex was not a character I liked at all. Like, literally from the back of this, reading, literally sounds like a Wattpad book description. It's just I don't know, it's like this whole billionaire thing. I didn't really like it. I knew it was gonna be kind of like that because this, you know, like title, I don't know what it is, but this thing basically tells you all about the book that you need to know, like condensed into one sentence. So I knew it was gonna be like Grumpy Sunshine, but I don't mind Grumpy Sunshine. I actually really want to read Twisted Games now, which is the second book, and I know it's gonna have not Grumpy Sunshine, but the one of the characters is definitely grumpy. I already know about it. I don't mind Grumpy Sunshine when it's done well. I knew one of the characters was gonna be cold, and I knew that was gonna be the trope, but I didn't expect like this kind of Wattpad thing where like one of the characters like perfect, like I don't know, so like I don't know, rich, attractive, everything, and then the other characters just like extremely normal. This honestly felt like the author Anna Huang just kind of self-inserted herself into this book as the character Ava. But after some time it seemed to work because this was not one of those books where like it was obvious that they were, you know, their leagues were different. They were like, she was out of his league and everything like that. That was very obvious in this book, but it didn't rub it in your face every 2 seconds. I just kind of didn't expect this whole like his level's a lot higher than hers kind of thing going on. I thought they would be like kind of on the same level, although I knew it was gonna be like Grumpy Sunshine. I didn't expect this, but yeah, you can always have what you want. So at first I was kind of put off by this book, but then after a while I really started to get more into it. I liked it a lot more. So now we'll talk about Ava. Ava's character was made to be this like kind of, what do you say? She's definitely like a sunshiny character, but she was made to be like really relatable, I guess, really normal as much as possible, very different from Alex's character. And I at first was a little bit annoyed because I hate when there's like this whole thing where one of the characters just like perfect, the epitome of perfection, the other one is just like any average person. But I actually liked Ava as I kept on reading. She was actually kind of well written. I expected her to be like the worst written character. Then the other thing I have to say about this book is just that it's a really easy read. I don't know if that's the same for all romance books, but the book I read before this was The Kite Runner, and it's, if you guys don't know, spoiler, it is not a romance. Like, it is absolutely not. It is a historical fiction if you don't know, and it has a lot of drama in it. I was so traumatized at some points that I just like kept the book down. I just took a break from it. So I would only read like a couple chapters a day. And it's not like I would be like, I didn't do anything like that. It was just like normal. But I would be like, just need a break from this. So it's a very intense book. And I don't know if all romance books are like this, but this one was not like that at all. It was a very easy read. It might be that all the books in this genre are like this. Maybe that's why those YouTubers read like 20 books a month or so, 25 and stuff. Maybe, I don't know. But this is a pretty easy book, and I expect the other Twisted books to be like this. I'm kind of excited for the rest of the series, not gonna lie, so I want to talk about that. Another great thing about this series is that I love all the side characters, which means all the friends and everything. So the next book, Twisted Games, is going to be about Bridget, who is one of Ava's best friends. She has 3 best friends. So there's 4 books in the series. Each one is about a different friend in the friend group. And Bridget is a princess, if you don't know. And her book is supposed to be about Bridget and the bodyguard, who is Rice or Briss. I don't know how the name is pronounced. There's actually a guy named Rice at school. I just looked it up. It's actually Reese, which is really weird because I've never heard that name before. But anyway, Rice or whatever. Yeah, so I know she's a princess and there's the bodyguard, and that is what the second book is supposed to be about. Everybody says it's amazing, and I am hyped because that is what I expected this book to be like. Because that guy in that book is also kind of like cold and grumpy, but there's nothing like he's the epitome of perfection or anything. Just a normal human being like anyone else. And she's the literal princess. So I think I'll like that book better. already, and it also has higher ratings. Everybody likes it more as well. Then we have Twisted Hate, which is I think an enemies to lovers trope. I don't know. This book is, it all has different tropes. This book has the trope of best friend's brother. Wait, no, sorry. Yeah, brother's best friend. Sorry, I got it wrong. Brother's best friend. It's not a trope that I really love. And the second book is, I don't know the trope specifically. It doesn't really have a trope, or I just don't know. The third book, Twisted Hate, is gonna be like enemies to lovers or haters to lovers, whatever you call it. And it's about Jules and Josh, which I already know, so spoiler if you don't know, but it's not really a big spoiler, I mean. And I'm so excited for them because I did get little excerpts of like their relationship, not relationship in that sense, just how they interact with each other is so fun. And I really want to read it. I thought it would be really intense enemies to lovers, like stress on the enemies part. And I don't really like enemies to lovers where they're like killing each other and then the next second they're in love. I kind of like more like rivals to lovers, or like dislike in the beginning instead of intense enemies. It doesn't seem like they're intense enemies, and the reason why they're kind of enemies because they see too much of each other, I mean too much of themselves in each other. At least that's according to the book. Maybe they have other past or something. I'm kind of just interested to know. And the last book is Twisted Lies, which is about Stella. I don't know the guy's name. It's not mentioned in this book, but I think his name is Christian because I saw it when I was searching about Twisted series. I don't know anything about that guy. He's not been mentioned here, but Stella was mentioned here. And I love her character so much. She is just so gorgeous. Just from the description, like she has tan skin, she is like 5'11", like a supermodel. Just love her so much, and I can't wait for that book. So I also like how these books kind of increase in size. I love when series do that, like Harry Potter does it. This one is the shortest book in the series. Twisted Games is kind of the same length, but like just a little bit bigger, maybe a couple pages thicker. And the last two books are a lot bigger than these two. The first two, yeah. So I'm really excited because, yeah, I think I'll like the next three books a lot more than this one, not gonna lie. When Jules and Josh were first introduced, I was like, oh my god, sorry, but Twisted Hate is gonna be my favorite. I'm sorry I misjudged it because I thought I would hate it at first. But then I didn't get any more interactions from them for the rest of the book. So I was like, maybe not. But I still think I'm gonna like it, but I think I'll like Twisted Games the best, maybe then Twisted Lies, then Twisted Hate, and then finally Twisted Love. So since I kind of still like this book, I would probably give it like a, I don't know how to rate it. I don't know how to rate books, okay? I don't know how ratings work, but I just think I liked this book. Like I didn't hate it. It was not bad. I actually liked it. It's pretty good. And still, I think this will be the worst book of the series. So imagine how high my expectations are for the rest of the books. And they're also longer, so I'll have more to read, and I'm excited. So I'll borrow the rest of the books from my friend. She has all of the books. She has all the 4 books, I think. And she also has the If Love series by the same author. She has all the books by the author except the latest series she released. I think it's called King's series or something like that. It's about the 7 sins, and each book represents a different sin. I love the whole idea of the series, honestly, even though I've only read 1 book, and that is like a good book. It's not like my new favorite. I'm obsessed with the idea of the rest of the books, like the rest of the series. I want to read it. So overall, my introduction to the romance genre was not bad. It was not at all like I hoped. But as I hoped, it was not at all like I thought it would be. Not hoped, yeah, but it's kind of like I hoped it would be. It's not bad. I was like wishing that this would kind of get me into the genre, and I don't think I'm gonna be reading romance like 24/7 from now, but it definitely warmed me up to the genre. So if the rest of the books are also good, then I will stop harboring some hate against the genre of romance. That's what I have to say. Okay, I know. What else do I have to say about this book? I'm just excited for the rest of the series. It was not a bad book. I talked about the main characters, so yeah, I guess we'll leave it there. It was a very quick read. I started this on 23rd, so 23, 24, 25, 26. It took 5 days. Anyways, I read like, I don't know, almost all of the book in the past 3 days. And the first 2 days I only read like, I don't know, 10 pages or so maybe. Because today I read 120, yesterday I read 100, day before I read 75. All that actually accumulates to almost 300 pages. This whole book is only 340 pages. I don't know what I was doing the first 2 days when I was reading. But I've never read so much before. I'm kidding. I've never read this much and before, like, I've never read this much in this year, probably 2024. And that's kind of not much because I didn't read a lot this year because I kind of like got into a little reading slump, not that much majorly, because I still read 2 books in March and 2 books in February, so it's not that bad. But yeah, so I'm gonna just take a picture for the thumbnail and then we'll be done. So, bye. I also plan on posting videos for the rest of the Twisted series, but we'll see whether that ever happens.